DJs.
Yeah, right. Not DG. All right, here we go. Hey, guess what? If we have extra session tonight, Father Time could make an appearance.
I'm ready.
With an 8:42 tip. But I'm
It
impressed.
doesn't matter what time the games are played. The players have known about this for a long time. And so their ability to discipline themselves, structure their lives.
Alatiche. And there's Roman Silva right back up and in. Well, right away, that's a start because the entire game Saturday night at Paula Pavilion, Warith Alatiche took one shot.
And so what Wayne Tinkle will do is force the action through Alatiche. The job of the coach is to make your players better. Beautiful penetration and dish.
Wow, all day for Emmett Matthews to line that up.
What a find Emmett Matthews is. Tacoma, local guy, went to West Virginia, had lots of love there from Bobby Huggins. Now he's back.
And how about Terrell Brown, leading scorer in the conference, but there, gets in the paint, but gets the assist.
Roman Silva going to have to be massively effective at that high post to break down this zone.
All right, late block, and the shot by Akano, but Silva gets a new 20 for the Beavers.
2 offensive rebounds for Roman Silva. Already better than at any point in the game in Los Angeles, his hometown as well. Push the ball, Terrell Brown
does swell. Another left wing spot up. Jamal Bay's shot. Cleared by Lucas.
Love the pace here. Love the fact that we haven't had a whistle yet. So I was watching that Duke-Florida State game the other night. And when Florida State
beat them.
Yes, but when Duke went to the zone defense with 5 minutes to go in the game, Florida State could not adjust. But a beautiful offensive rebound here, and that's what you want when the zone rotates over to the posting up Alatiche. That's going to leave all kinds of openings for Roman Silva. He just has to take advantage of those and anticipate that shot's coming long.
Sean Davis gets it right in there, and Nate Roberts slid late and is called for a foul. It's an and one for Silva.
Will Conroy, and our best wishes go out to Mike Hopkins. The COVID deal is a real serious thing for everybody. And
well, listen, can we offer Mike our condolences because he's listening to us right now.
Oh, look, Mike Hopkins is fantastic.
Yeah.
He's got a tremendous staff. There's been some changes in that staff. Dave Rice is no longer there. Cameron Dollar is no longer there, but White King Jones is.
White King Jones and
Jerry's over there.
And a terrific former Husky, Quincy Pondexter.
What a time we had today. You know, Washington doesn't practice on the day of the game. That's something from Mike Hopkins' years at Syracuse with Boeheim. And we did spend an hour with Quincy Pondexter and Will Conroy and the rest of the staff at the hotel. What a hotel on the banks of the Willamette. Beautiful touch.
And Roberts scores it. You know, the nice part about coming to Corvallis now is that the visiting team, the officials, and the announcers all stay in the same hotel. It's one really nice, fairly new hotel here in town.
Corvallis is just booming right now. The new hotel right on the river. 2nd Street is just doing terrific. Alatiche's got to shoot that ball.
Davis with the kick out. Well, it's the 3rd try for Akano. Can't get it to go.
Roman Silva has got his hand on every offensive rebound tonight. Great ball movement by the Huskies. Woof, woof.
Too much.
Nice pass to the weak side there, but Emmett Matthews just not anticipating that.
This is right now when you see the Washington zone. They've made a little bit of a switch. Dejon Davis is coming out to play the top of the zone. And there's the little dance for Deshaun Davis of the Beavers to get the basket.
I'm going to let you clean that up, Dejon and Deshaun.
Yeah.
But that point of the zone used to be Matisse Thybulle, now starring for the Philadelphia 76ers, who are surging in the NBA. This Washington school's got 9 current players in the NBA.
Wow. Nice. Boy, Emmett Matthews, how'd that not go down? Emmett 3/4 of the way in.
Long, lean, extremely athletic Emmett Matthews.
See where Dejon Davis came out well past the arc there to discourage Lucas from even thinking about a three.
Great hands by Terrell Brown that time defensively. Whoa.
Turnover. So that's going to get us to the first stoppage.
He threw that one to Lewis and Clark.
Neither of whom has good hands.
Roman Silva sure does. Too. Dad, Stevie Thompson. Mom, Amy. Stevie Thompson just out of that picture. It's Marlon Stewart next to Wayne Tinkle.
Young Stevie's playing for Reggio Emilia in the Liga Basketball Serie A, Italy.
I'm glad your Italian is up to speed. Great defense by the Beavers, who have already looked so much better. The Beavers relied so many years on the star play of Trace Tinkle, Stevie Thompson, Ethan Thompson. Now those guys are all gone. They're all playing professionally. And these guys have to somehow, some way, find a way to create offensive shots without just being dribbling incessantly, mindlessly for yourself.
So late clock here. Lucas is going to have to go.
Great defense, Jamal Bay.
Whoa. This is a tough shot. So that's a shot clock violation. But you're right, Jamal Bay smothered. Couldn't even get the desperation shot off, could Lucas?
Jamal Bay, who's got a cousin, Tyler, played for Colorado and now in the NBA.
That's just
started
excellent.
with Dallas. I think he's with Houston now. They change a lot in the NBA.
Yes, they do. P.J. Fuller's in the game for the Huskies out of the timeout. Terrell Brown with the miss cleared by Alatiche.
Beautiful. Take that. Keep going.
Yeah. And this is what Oregon State, I think, will look for tonight. Worried Alatiche's. This is his 50th start, by the way, for the Beavers. And he just did not get himself into the game at Pauley's Saturday night.
A non-factor.
Yeah.
But what an outstanding young man. Sociology major, a senior, still has the one COVID year left after this year, if he chooses. He tested the NBA waters at the end of last season with the fantastic run that he led the Beavers to and becoming the first Oregon State Beaver to ever be the Pac-12 Conference of Champions Tournament Most Outstanding Player. Whoa. Come on, Roman, you've got to catch that ball, please.
Yep, Silva knows that.
But Wayne Tinkle, just a brilliant coach in terms of preparation, in terms of culture, attitude, and the drive to make other people better. And practice today was just spectacularly inspirational, including Wayne making a half-court backwards shot.
I think it was only his second try, too.
I've seen him do it regularly.
Glenn Taylor in the game. So good luck when Riley Soren gets a quick call for the Huskies, but a turnover.
Whoa. How's that not a traveling violation?
Once again, that was P.J. Fuller out there smothering Lucas. You can see where Washington is.
The way the Huskies close out defensively. Tough shot that time by Rams, number 13, Deshaun Davis. Rams' nickname, much easier to say. Easy for you to say.
Riley Soren getting in the game. He's not playing an awful lot this year.
Had a back injury early on, and then COVID threw it down.
So right away, Soren got free from Silva, slipped down low, and we're tied at 7.
So Riley had a monster game in the game you called in Tucson when this Washington team really came of age. Riley with back injury this year early on, COVID. But how far that young man has come.
Oh, look at that, Alatiche right over Soren.
What you have to do when you're playing against the big guy, right at him. Don't be head faking. Did you ever play basketball against Mark Eaton?
I interviewed Mark Eaton once, the largest human being, and I met Andre the Giant in person. Mark Eaton's the largest human being I've ever stood next to.
Well, yeah, that's because you haven't stood next to Yao Ming.
That's true.
Yao Ming is 7'13". Beautiful drive. Look at Riley Soren pushing himself to the limit. Slipper.
Taylor to Davis. Back
Overpass.
to Taylor. Too much. And the Beavs come away empty. 2-on-1. Brown. Matthews! What a great set by Terrell Brown.
Spectacular atmosphere here at Gill Coliseum. Slats Gill, who got his nickname from a family at a picnic at the lake one day. He came out, very young, skinny guy, and they looked at his legs. He's just a stick. It's a young guy. They just said, those legs look like slats. And that stuck. Slats Gill, first team All-America player in 1924.
That was a nice entry from Lucas. Good. Bounce low to Alatiche.
If they can get this out of Alatiche every single game.
Well, I would imagine between Saturday night and tonight, Wayne Tinkle and his staff made, known to Warith. He's too important. He has to be part of it. He's already been so much more assertive.
Confidence, belief in yourself. Never forget to just be Matthews. Tacoma goes to West Virginia.
Now, Terrell Brown, one thing he's done very well this year is get to the foul line because he is not a prolific nor is a volume three-point shooter, which is odd in this day and age. But he takes the ball in, he gets fouled. The Huskies get a fair number of points at the foul line. And as I say that, he misses two.
Terrell Brown and Dejon Davis are cousins.
Yes.
Wow.
Boy, we saw Terrell Brown play last year in Arizona. This is a different player. I certainly never saw him play at Seattle. Nice drive in by Malone Key. But Terrell Brown is just a totally different player offensively than what we saw last year. Whoa! Inside, there's Bay. And Nate Roberts cracks an ear-to-ear grin running back after that slam.
And my only question is, why doesn't Nate Roberts do that every time? I mean, he's the biggest, strongest guy that I've seen in college basketball. He's got a body like an NFL player or a weightlifter, bodybuilder type guy. 6'11", nice as can be, beautiful.
Nice job by Alatiche.
Above us only sky, Alatiche, the effortless jump. Over the top.
6 points and 2 rebounds in his first half for Alatiche.
Interior passing, the movement, the rotation defensively for the Beavers just a little bit too slow. The Beavers, the second most destructive animal on earth after human beings, but so beautiful and so valuable to create and build communities.
Ooh, how about Washington putting that crap on their half court there, but a foul called on Davis.
I like Will Conway sitting down over there. Like Wayne Tinkle, they breathe life into their teams.
That's a fascinating thing. You said Will Conroy spends much of his time sitting. I was watching before we came over. There's Will Conroy, jacket off. White King Jones just leaning into the picture. But I was watching the USC-Colorado game on our network, and it struck me watching the game is that I don't think I've seen a coach in recent years sit more in a college game than Andy Enfield does.
Well, he's got a really good team.
Yeah. But, I mean, he's not racing and ranting and storming up and down the sideline. He pretty much sits.
Let me come right back to that at the first moment here. So they used to ask John Wooden all the time why he's so calm on the sideline. Because Coach Wooden was, as a player, beautiful.
Nice
throw it
inside.
down.
Alatiche. There's Silva.
Wayne Tinkle's beside himself, but he is applauding the effort of Roman Silva. He's also telling Alatiche, shoot the ball. So in this arena here, where two Hall of Fame coaches, Slats Gill, Ralph Miller, Jimmy Anderson is here, John Wooden, who coached here many, many times. They always ask Wooden, why do you just sit there on the sideline? He said, look, if I need to be jumping up and down all the time and acting like a maniac on the sideline, I haven't done my job during practice.
Nice inside. Malone Key with a setup, and Alatiche puts the Beavs up 3.
What a great basketball game here today. This college designed by John Olmsted here.
Oh, Terrell Brown finishes and one.
Back and forth, up and down. Alatiche is just doing everything. This is the Alatiche that led this Beaver team all the way to the Elite Eight and a real chance to make it to the Final Four. And then Brown is just right back. And it's beautiful for Seattle because every time that Oregon State makes a great play, Seattle's right back up there. Up there in the offensive attack.
And it's Terrell Brown doing it. He's twice here in the last 2 minutes, twice has driven the ball right into Malone Key. Terrell Brown, the aggressor, creates the contact, and twice he's ended up at the foul line.
Well, Terrell Brown, number 1 in the Conference of Champions in points. 21 a game. Number 1 in steals. Number 4 in assists. This guy can play, and Maurice Kalou is just running up the court, looking at us, looking at the fans here, and these students will not sit down.
Oh, boy, Lucas took a timeout. And again, he got caught in that trap right at the midcourt line.
Going to burn a timeout for a possession in the first half?
Well, that is the first half timeout.
For the 4-2, if they can win here. Colorado, they're hosting the Los Angeles schools right now. Washington State in the COVID protocols there. Oregon State playing good ball, though, too.
And unfortunately, the Cougs, their trip here has been shut down. They will not play here Saturday as scheduled. That game has been postponed.
I was looking forward to the Cougars. I love Cougars.
Cano's called there. Swinging that body around. Cano's called for a foul.
This building opened in 1950. I love coming to Corvallis. We were all around the town today, Ted. Avery Park, the dinosaurs, the trains, the French millstone came around by boat.
You didn't get to China D, though, did you?
I did not get to China D, no.
We'll take care of that. Terrell Brown, back tap.
Push the ball. Space the floor on the side. Wings, please.
Oh, and Alatiche is going to be called. No. Alatiche and Wayne Tinkle is going to be
rightfully
obvious.
so.
Well, the question is, I think we'll have to see where's the defender located here. It's Fuller.
He's got
his outside,
but he's got his shoulder. Alatiche,
yeah.
Forget the arc.
Yeah.
Alatiche's got his inside shoulder outside of the shoulder and sternum of the defender. That's just a horrific call.
All right, so that's a second foul on Alatiche.
I really wanted to see Shoal Marial play. The young man transferred from Maryland, not playing right now because of academic challenges. They say he was a 4.0 student here at Oregon State in the fall term, and this is really one of the most rigorous schools you'll ever find.
And Charles,
there's
the very
Shoal Marial. Yeah. That guy's at least 7'2".
From the South Sudan. Of course, so many families that we've seen so many stories in the United States of families that have left that war-torn country.
Lou El Dang, who's one of his buddies. Manute Bol, one of the first from the Sudan. But this great college here in Corvallis started as a land grant college, is now also a sea grant, a space grant, and a sun grant. All about the future here in Corvallis. One of only 4 colleges to have that distinction of being all of the above: land, sea, space, and sun. Hawaii at Manoa and Cornell, Penn State are the others.
Well, I would just say, without knowing any of the specifics in this academic issues, that in this present day of college sports where players are playing for 3 and 4 schools in 4 years and cashing in some cases, extreme amounts of money, it's hard to see a player being told you can't play.
This is about creating opportunities for people to build their lives, and that requires encouragement. It's not like he's a terrible human being doing all kinds of bad things out there. Yes, it's a privilege to be in the Conference of Champions. Yes, it's a privilege to play NCAA basketball. That's great ball movement.
And there's the Cano. Well, he's had a few good looks in the half. That's the first make.
Now, if the Beavers would do that more, instead of dribbling so much. Riley Soren, take it to the hoop, Riley. So happy for young Riley. Oh, wow.
Well, Soren stepped out. That brought Silva, and then Bay goes right in.
Silva's not going to leave Soren. Nice to see Riley getting married in the off-season. Yes. Nice to see Regan Lundgren getting a scholarship here for the Huskies. Woof, woof. And Mike Hopkins, he's really done a superb job of building this program.
Big Silva, the foul line shot.
When you're Roman Silva in that situation against Riley, execute a give and go. Pass it and cut quickly to the basket and get it right back. Whoa. You can get that shot whenever you want to, with good reason.
There was the value of the size inside. Terrell Brown gave it up.
Rams Davis has been superb.
And there's a nice finish with the left by Glenn Taylor.
All these players for Wayne Tinkle, who a week ago looked like they didn't even belong in the league. And now they are taking it right to one of the hottest teams in the Conference of Champions. Glenn Taylor doing well. Maurice Kalou doing a fine job. Alatishe, a completely different player. Roman Silva making a nice contribution. And then Jared Lucas and Deshaun Davis, Akano, X-Key. It's a good squad, Oregon State.
Well, Taylor's someone we should know because he's a freshman. We actually could talk about a freshman from Vegas, and Wayne Tinkle the other day was telling us he's coming on in the last few weeks. Thought he'd get more playing time. Here's the Beavers with the steal.
Beautiful.
And Akano with the finish.
And they count it. And the crowd goes wild. I love college basketball. Fans, cheerleaders, students, happy as can be. The joyous celebration of life through the game of basketball. Pressure defense. How about giving the ball up before the double team gets there? Throw it to a big guy who's coming to the ball.
Yeah. Now, a few minutes ago, it was the Beavers unhappy with the foul call on the drive, and basketball justice comes back to give them a little help there. You saw the Huskies motioning as if where was the foul. But it's a three-point play, and the Beavs are up 5, under 90 seconds.
Great game here tonight at Gill Coliseum.
Whoa. Let's see. Terrell Brown, the Beavers all thought he took an extra step on his pivot. Then he turns around. Deshaun Davis gets whacked and goes down. Fouls on Deshaun Davis on the call.
This is fierce action. The students behind us, they don't like it one bit.
Well, they're going to look at this. Yep.
That's a kickball violation. Now, Davis, he really closed out tight on him. Do you have to give the guy room to pivot? Anyway, there's just no way under any circumstance that you can allow players to lead with an elbow to the face. And the ball is poked away with a good crackdown by Davis, and then the kick by Jared Lucas, and then you step. I think that's an offensive foul.
Well, and I would come back to Bill. I'm agreeing with you because I'm going to say, we talked about this the other day. This is not a basketball move.
No, well,
that's not a basketball move.
Not with the elbow so high.
That's what I mean.
If you come in low,
exactly.
Elbow is anything below the shoulder level.
When the elbow's up at ear level, that's not a basketball move. We saw one, I forgot which big man it was the other day, that I thought was a basketball move. The elbows were more at shoulder level. It was a basketball move. This is aggressive.
Yeah.
That's a get out of my way move.
Where's Maurice Lucas when you need him? Maurice's son David went to college here. So many legends here. I love looking at the south wall up in the rafters here at Gill Coliseum and seeing all the legends up there, the coaches, the players, and so many great ones here.
So many great ones. All right, we've got our halftime report coming up, the Warby Parker halftime report. Ernie Kent's in there with Ashley tonight. It was nice to listen. I listened to Ashley and Ernie during the USC-Colorado game. They'll recap that. Look at here, the other games going on tonight around the conference.
Ernie Kent is Ernie Kent or Jordan Kent in the studio?
Ernie's in tonight.
Oh, okay, Ernie, yeah.
I told the story. I was on with Mike Parker here the other day on his radio show. I told the story of this a few years back. I'm doing a game with Ernie in Salt Lake City, UCLA-Utah game. There's a big snowstorm. Greg Nixon's going to give us the report here.
Hi, Greg.
There's no contact with the elbow. I just heard that from Greg Nixon.
They're saying that the elbow did not draw contact.
The elbow did not draw contact, yeah.
And so the foul in the cylinder of the player's face.
That was the original call. That was on Davis of Oregon State. That was the original call. Yes, he was in the cylinder. The question was going to be the elbow swing.
Looks like some of the students might have stopped off at the Peacock before the game here tonight, down on 2nd Street.
Yeah. Where they did their last-minute cramming for those chemistry exams tomorrow.
Speaking of chemistry, this is the school that gave us Linus Pauling.
Whoa!
Linus Pauling, born in 1901, came here in the early 20s as a student before going on and changing the world. Linus Pauling, as great a scientist as there's ever been, winner of 2 Nobel Prizes, one for chemistry and one for peace. Thank you, Linus.
Yes.
Passed away in 94. Changed the world.
All right, so we're 70 seconds under now to go in the half. Beats by 3.
Oh, Nate Roberts got to get that ball. You're not going to get back cut by Roman Silva.
Deshaun Davis.
Beautiful.
Nice feed to Silva. Can he finish inside? Yes. Alatiche's out, by the way, with the 2 fouls for the end of the half. So Silva operates inside.
Beautiful patience by Roman Silva.
Oh, and there's a big break for Washington. They're going, basically, that was a 2-for-1 play. But Oregon State fouls Matthews on a 3-point shot.
These fans here at Gill Coliseum are ready to play tonight. And they are on every call. This is like the Blazer fans that we used to have in this incredible state. Whole state here seems like one big giant national park.
I'm impressed. The students are sitting right behind us. They know the rule book pretty well, don't they?
And they are on it. They're just like ready to pounce at any moment. They're calling all the traveling violations, all the flopping. Beautiful
This is something I've learned during our years as the Pac-12 in football as well. Late night games. The only people that really like late night games are the kids. The students love it. The players are fine with it because they're young. They're up this late at night. Everybody else doesn't like it.
I love basketball. Let's play too. When we were in college, every game started at 8 o'clock.
Yeah. 8 o'clock is fine because this is a 2-hour game. That's the beauty of it.
So I got a bone to pick with you.
Okay.
You punked me the other day.
What did I do?
When we were talking about the new Joe Montana movie, and you didn't say a word. And you're the star of episode 1. You did not say a word. And then I'm watching it, and there you are in all your magnificent glory. What a movie, man.
Hardly the star, but that's
cool under pressure.
There's a backing up and in by Glenn Taylor. So now the Huskies will get the last shot, but the Beavs have a 4-point lead. Should have the lead no matter what.
When you walk into Gill Coliseum in the upper concourse, the first sign you see is "Build the Dam," and that's what these Beavers have done. Damn right.
That was a terrific basketball player. I saw him play. I mean, he was terrific.
You and Joe went to college at the same time.
Yes, we were the same year. But
yeah, you and Joe were roommates.
No, we had a different college experience.
Cool under pressure. Yes. Watch that movie.
He was
over-the-top brilliant.
Terrific basketball player.
The behind-the-scenes stories are Joe, an only child. I didn't know that. Beautiful
Terrell
drive.
Brown, excellent job. Well,
Huskies are right back.
And
the Beavers can't even get it in bounds. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Now, Terrell Brown started the half as a setup man. He had 4 assists, but he ends the half with 9 points. And
experience, toughness, leadership, poise, confidence, competitive greatness. This Washington team, they lost a ton of guys from a year ago. I mean, Quade Green, Marcus Sahonis, Hamir Wright, Raekwon Battle, Jerron Rooks. I mean, whoa. But they've replaced them with a lot. And 20 minutes to history.
Yeah.
Who gets to write it?
There was basically a clearance sale for Husky basketball. And a different group this year. And this has been the guy, though, Terrell Brown. And I'll emphasize it just again, he looks nothing like the player we saw in Arizona last year.
Well, he looks so small compared to how big all these other guys is, but that's what I loved about Steve Nash. As remarkable a player as I've ever seen, Steve. And, you know, just the littlest guy in the court every game. Couldn't run fast, couldn't jump high, but, man, could he play. That's Terrell Brown tonight. Beautiful.
Alatishe draws a foul, so that'll get him to the foul line.
Take a look at Alatishe's shooting form. But as Terrell Brown just goes right to the hoop, Roman Silva gets boxed out by a massive presence of Nate Roberts. Have you ever seen a guy in college basketball with a body like Nate Roberts?
You know, it's funny. You were talking about Nate Roberts like that in the first half, and I'm sitting here thinking, if basketball, if he gets tired of basketball, Vince McMahon's going to call him.
Watch Alatishe's shot here. He shoots the ball on the way down. He comes up, and then he hesitates, that little hitch there. I think he needs to work on that. But I'm not his coach. As Coach Wooden used to tell people when they would question Jamal Wilson and my shooting style, Coach Wooden would say, as soon as they start missing, I'll start working on it with them.
Davis.
Beautiful. Alatishe.
Dejon Davis and Alatishe high. Oh, but the steal, and that's Dejon Davis.
Beautiful spacing.
Matthews. And Dexter Akano made a business decision there. He got out of the way smartly. But that's Dejon Davis' strength right there, lurking for steals.
Remember when he made the half-court shot to beat USC at Maples Pavilion?
That was his freshman year.
Seems like yesterday. Beautiful passing.
Well, Oregon State starting the half, getting to the foul line twice. This will be Silva going.
Ted, I saw you having that great conversation with Roman before the game today at practice about his car accident that you referenced last week.
Yes.
Maybe you can bring us up to speed on some of the updates there.
Yeah, Roman Silva referenced this the other night. He was in a severe car accident. His family was in a serious car accident his senior year of high school. Going into his senior year, they're going on a trip up to Yosemite. Roman was thrown from the vehicle, suffered significant injuries. He said it took him almost a full year to recover, to really feel right again. And in the interim, he had offered to go to UTEP. That was taken back. He went to a junior college for a couple of years. And he said it was really, he lost 25 pounds this summer. It's only 25 pounds, but he's battled a knee problem. You see the sleeve, and that's been the biggest frustration for him.
Well, someone who spent half their adult life in the hospital with orthopedic challenges, the full recovery, oh, beautiful. The full recovery that we all work so hard for, but so much of it's out of our control. Doctors, time, faith, patience. Nice to see Roman doing so well and really leading a charge here tonight. But Beavers have fallen down here. It's like the dam has been breached.
And Terrell Brown trying to add to the Huskies' lead. Lead hasn't meant much of this game.
But style of play and confidence, beautiful. Oh my gosh, these are good-looking shots. Alatishe is so quick to the ball, Ted. This game's going to overtime.
I told you, we get 2 overtimes tonight. We're bringing back Father Time. It'll be midnight.
Well, Wavy Gravy is busy putting together a podcast of his life, so I'm not sure if he's available to come in as baby time to be part of the show. But Ken Babbs, just down the way outside of Eugene, he'll be ready to fill in. You know, we haven't talked about the Huskies also losing Todd Tukin, the incredible strength and conditioning coach who's moved with his wife down to Austin. She got a great job at Amazon down there. Beautiful.
Well, this is that kind of night that if Roman Silva, you see him trying to run back his sword. If the Beaver penetration is good enough, if Silva can catch the ball, he's going to score some points.
So reminiscent of the Drew Eubanks players.
Oh, Soren, good job there.
Roman's got to get that rebound.
Yeah, Soren got his hand and back tapped it.
Dejon Davis really playing well.
Roman. Well, Silva got his hands on that.
Throw it up to Jack Snow, please. Who do you got? 49ers at the Packers.
I smell a little shock the world. 49ers.
Who do you got? Rams at the Buccaneers.
That one. Can't bet against the man in the arena, can you?
Do not go against Tom Brady.
That. Cannot do that.
Did you see the end of the 49er Cowboy game?
I certainly did.
That was tense.
Yeah, and
hate to see the way they treated the referees.
Well, the referees were 100% right. By the NFL's rules, they executed that properly. That was 100% on Sandlin and Dak Prescott.
Beautiful defense. This guy Emmett Matthews and Langston Wilson have both played superb basketball tonight.
Dejon Davis taking Akano in. Doesn't get it down. Alatishe, good rebound.
They closed down Jared Lucas, who's just going to let it fly.
Lucas has been quiet scoring tonight, just 5 points. Open shot for Akano. Back tap by Silva.
How's that not traveling?
That was that was the Corvallis jump stop there.
Have you noticed that the fans are back? Oh,
yeah, Terrell Brown right by.
Wayne Tinkle beside himself. Shots not going down. Beavers seemingly in control so many different times, but the Huskies roaring back. That because they don't have a great defensive rim protector.
Right.
Nate Roberts should be that guy. Riley Soren just coming along. Riley Soren not with the athletic gifts and the power and the durability of a Nate Roberts. I always ask myself the question, why isn't Nate Roberts the greatest basketball player ever?
And Alatishe takes him in there.
Now, that's
going to be a foul on Alatishe, and that'll be his third.
When Alatishe gets that, then he's got a real chance. He's got the Scottie Pippen chance. 1988, this city right on the banks of the mighty Willamette River, and the stories that they have about that river when they were trying to figure out how they were going to maintain its course because it was threatening to cut off where downtown Corvallis is. And without the river, over the top.
Nice to Wilson.
Out of the timeout. This is the best I've ever seen Dejon Davis play.
Dejon Davis is playing tonight. You're exactly right. That's a great set play and a terrific feed to Wilson.
Everywhere I went in Corvallis today, on every street, there was a bike shop and a music store. I need more Corvallis in my life.
The heart of the event. Forget coffee. A lot of coffee.
Is this where
Dutch Brothers?
Yeah, the Dutch Brothers.
Yeah. Well, they're not just here, but it was big here.
I thought they were from Medford.
Terrell Brown feeding.
Whoa.
And Dejon Davis. Well, Washington, until a minute ago, their biggest lead of this game had been 2 points. The Huskies now have matched the game's biggest lead. That's how tight it's been.
Weren't the Huskies behind, buried at like 38-31?
5 has been the biggest lead. Either team.
Beautiful. Timeout, Wayne Tinkle.
Another timeout here.
Another 3 timeouts in like 3 possessions.
What do the coaches have to say when you have these 3 this fast?
Backcourt in the history of basketball. And this guy, Dejon Davis, right now is putting on the afterburners.
And I'd say, Bill, this is the 3rd time I've seen the Huskies in person now.
This is my first this year.
And I'm saying I'm so impressed. It's so much more of a team than last year. Just have to say it. And you can watch them during the whole pregame warm-up, long pregame warm-up, and there's spirit, there's life. And it's triggered really by Brown and by Davis.
Maturity in the backcourt, the guys that have the ball. Yeah. Well, Roman has to play better defense before his man gets the ball. If you allow your man to go to his strong hand. Foul trouble has been a constant in Roman's career. This guy Matthews, I met him at the hotel today. It's the first time I've seen some of these guys play. Langston Wilson, Jackson Graham. I was really looking forward to seeing Sam Aribi play, but he's out with a bad ankle. The guy from Lagos, Nigeria in the NBA Academy. Did you see the Duke Florida State game?
No, the Florida State
they've got like 4 guys who are as big as Shoal Marriott, like 7'2", 7'3".
Well, Matthews makes them both. So here we go back to, again, 5 points is the largest lead of the game for either team. So just as you said, there has been no separation.
But the youth culture of basketball in the Seattle-Tacoma area is just superb.
Wow, Kalu got right into the rim. That's cleared by Matthews. Well, that was a big part of when the Huskies had things going under Lorenzo Romar. That was a big part of it, was keeping the great players home.
Well, so much of that comes back to Jamal Crawford, Doug Christie, and Jason Terry.
Nice finish, and there now 7 points. The game's biggest lead is Terrell Brown is up to 17.
The Beavers have shockingly fallen apart. They had this game in the early going throughout the first half, really. They have not been able to score. This zone defense here, the same way that Florida State could not handle Duke's zone. There's a shot right there.
Good little make on that mid-range by Lucas.
He takes a lot of those mid-range shots. But he should take a lot of shots. He should not take them off his own dribble. They should learn how to create shots for him off the ball.
Oh, my goodness. Silva.
Oh,
this is
my goodness.
It's funny, I was talking to Roman Silva about this very thing today, because he got 2 fouls doing that early in the UCLA game last week, and it limited his time. And I was impressed